Good afternoon, everyone, and a very warm welcome to Jack Stocken's combined class today. It's going to be a very big class because we have our improvers and we have our beginners that are merging with you. I hope you don't have any tech problems, but please, if you do, just use the click here for support above where I'm sitting. And if all else fails, just log out and come back in with your welcome email that Bajir would have sent you. So, without further ado, let's get your teacher down to take your class. Right, where is Jack? There he is. Now, what's happening here? A little bit of a tech hiccup. Just hold on, here we go. Oh, hi Jack, I hope that wasn't my end, was it? Are you muted? Are you right?
Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Oh, good. Yes. No, that's fine. I'm in the mystery location.
Yes, it does look a little different to your normal abode.
It's a hotel room. Does anyone know where I am?
Somewhere quite desirable, probably.
Yes. Well, I'm on a working bridge, Jersey, Kathy. Yes. Well done. Some of you might know where I am. I'm in the island of Jersey, Granny, off the south coast of England.
What's that place like?
It's nice. It's halfway between England and France. It's lovely here.
Oh, how gorgeous. And what's your weather like?
Well, I'll show you at the end. It's a bit overcast today, but it's warm, about 15 degrees.
Oh, fabulous. Gosh,
I'm here running a bridge holiday for 3 nights. So we've got 60 people here, 60 guests staying in the St. Braillard's Bay Hotel. And we're all having good fun.
That's a big group to manage.
It is, but I've got 2 co-hosts as well, Paddy and Helena. So there's 3 of us looking after the group, and it's all very manageable.
Okay, well, you seem to have a really big class this afternoon, isn't it?
Well, I was just pleased I couldn't teach the class at 9:30 or 11 because I was teaching bridge to the 60 guests. So I thought I'd lay on a special class at 1 o'clock today, so people can have the option of having a live lesson if they want on trumping and dummy, which is both suitable for the improvers and the beginners / improvers at 11 o'clock as well.
It's certainly suitable for me. So I'll dismiss myself and we'll chat later.
Brilliant, Franny. I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for staying up.
Pleasure. Bye.
Bye. And yes, welcome to be visiting. Got a few visitors from Monday as well, which is always nice. Vonnie's in East Yorkshire. Janice is in Welwyn Garden City. I'm in Jersey. Let's get going, shall we? With the bridge. And we got trumping and dummy today. So let's have a look. And warm welcome to those watching you in replay. Some of you might not be able to join us at 1 o'clock today, Wednesday, but you can always watch in replay. Where are we? So the main time you don't draw trumps is when you can create a void on dummy. There are other times as well, which we look at a later date. But the main time is when you create the void on dummy. Now, the technique for that, and it's the most lucrative as well, you look for a side suit that's longer in your own hand than dummy's. Okay? So that's longer in declarer's hand than dummy. Once you've done that, you create the void on dummy, which might involve losing a trick or 2 first. Yeah? Nothing wrong with losing a trick. There's the bridge expression. If you're going to lose a trick, lose it early. So you create the void on dummy, trump the losers on dummy. Yeah, that could be 1 loser, could be 2. Well, finally, when you've done that, get round to drawing the trumps. Just by the way, roughing is another word for trumping. So look out for this word in bridge jargon, which I will use from now on. Declare a ruffed in dummy. And there's an example of a man with a ruff round his neck. I wonder if he was a bridge player. I don't think bridge was invented back then. Okay, so you're in 4 spades. Good contract. You've had the Jack of Diamonds lead. Let's say you win with the ace on dummy. What would you do next? Morning, Mo. Thank you for joining us from the 11 o'clock class. I know Madeleine's here as well, and others. Phil H is on board. And at the end, yes, we'll have our customary little view outside my window of the beach and the sea. For those who want to, it is optional. Yes, this is it's relatively easy to spot this when there's a singleton in dummy. Yeah. So immediately win with the ace of diamonds and play the 9 of hearts. Back to hand with the queen of spades and trump the 3 of hearts in dummy. Yeah. So basically, by roughing in dummy, we create two extra tricks. If you just drew trumps on this hand, like some players would, you end up losing 2 hearts and 2 clubs. Yeah, 1 down. How would South play this hand in 4 hearts after a queen of clubs lead? But it is important, obviously, you have to, create the void before you draw trumps. Otherwise, there won't be any of dummy's trumps left. So look for a suit. The technique here is look for a suit that's longer in declarer's hand than dummy. Have we got one? The answer is yes. We've got 3 spades in our own hand declarer, only 2 on the dummy. So win with the king of clubs, and then probably, play a low spade. And try and create that void. Skillful defenders, by the way, will try and switch to trumps, probably, to take your trumps off the table. Good. Let's have a look at the next one. Well, that's the answer, yeah. Good. So roughing, losing 2 spades. There's no bad thing losing a trick early on in bridge. You got to lose those 2 spades, whatever. Problem is, if you draw trumps and they're 3-1, you'll lose 3 spades and a heart and go 1 down. Good. Yes, Phil's asked the question, why not create the void in declarer's hand? Some of you might be thinking that. No, the thing is, you see, it won't help you to rough diamonds or clubs in your own hand because you're going to make those 6 tricks anyway. You make this, it's sometimes quite difficult for players to see this. They don't really understand it for quite a long time. But you're going to make those 6 hearts anyway. You can't make them twice by roughing clubs and diamonds. It just doesn't give you extra tricks. The extra tricks coming from those trumps in dummy that are going to disappear if you draw them. But you're going to make those 6 hearts anyway, well, at least 5 of them. You don't make extra tricks by roughing in the long hand. But I can't really say any more. Let's go on to hand 1 on BBO. But some people find out the hard way. They keep trumping in their own hand. Where are we? We are opening 1 spade. And what are you on the north hand? What bid would you make there? Think of a few bids you might make with your 7 points. But what would be the best bid? Funnily enough, we were practicing this morning in the lesson advancing as responder with the group in the Jersey Hotel, St. Braylard's Bay Hotel. Hopefully one day you can join us here yourself. We come here each year for 4 days, 3 nights. Well, the bid I don't like at all is 2 diamonds. No, it fails the rule of 14. So to bid 2 diamonds here, you'd need 10 points or more. Or the rule of 14, which we may not have done with the beginners just yet, I can't remember. But the rule of 14 is number of points for responder, which here is 7, added to number of cards in longest suit. 5 diamonds. So 7 and 5 is 12. We pass the rule. We fail the rule of 14. So we can't bid 2 diamonds. We're not strong enough. We could bid 1 no trump. Yeah. But I prefer, for the slightly more experience, raising with 3 cards here. The 11 o'clock class might not have done this yet, but it is preferable to raise the major suit with 3 cards rather than... Ita miscounted her points. I do believe you, Ita, because you're one of our more experienced players. Anything more for South? But yes, the improver, the 11 o'clock class may not have done that yet. Occasionally, well, not occasionally, it's generally better to bid 2 spades there, even though you've only got 3 card support. So lesson we'll be doing in due course. However, don't get confused. If it ever goes 1 spade, 3 spades, that always shows at least 4. Well, given that partner's only got 6 to 9 points, is there any point bidding again? With only 12, the answer is no. And I'm sure we're all going to leave the ace of hearts, however, our experience level. Good. Yeah, so we've got quite a wide range of experience in this combined class today. Those who've only been playing since last October, those who've been playing a couple of years, those who've been playing many years, should we say. Right, so for those who've, let's get on and play. Have you decided what your strategy is going to be? Here's to Claire. And the main thought is whether to draw trumps or not. That's always the main thought. I have made up my mind. And for those who've done signalling, do we play the 10 or the 3 of hearts? Some of you have done signalling, some of you haven't. Those who haven't, it's a lesson at a later date. But I know quite a few of you have. So well done for playing the 10 to signal a doubleton high-low. And I'm in a slightly cheeky mood. I'm on holiday, although we should say working holiday, by the way. Although it was very hard work eating that delicious rump of lamb last night with doping mashed potatoes. There are some benefits to my job. No, I'm in a slightly cheeky mood. What card do you think we might play from Declarer's hand? Can we try and put the defenders off the scent? Well, the Jack and the 9 are both winners in dummy and the 8, so it doesn't cost us anything to chuck the Queen. Pretend it's a singleton, Caroline. It does sometimes work. You know, it's worked once or twice for me at my local bridge club. It's always very satisfying when it does. But this West is an experienced player. They've seen partners 10. They know it must be top of a doubleton. So they continue with the King. I rather sheepishly follow suit with the 5, but we have a bit of a laugh about it, hopefully. And they follow up with a 3rd round of hearts. So this is good defense. Yeah. What do you think, taking the first 3 tricks there, what do you think East should do next? Which suit should they play back? Spade, which are trumps, a club or diamond? What should we play back? Well, if in doubt, trump about. Expression we've looked at recently with the 11 o'clock class. You are definitely allowed to play trumps. You're allowed to lead a trump if you want, and you're allowed to switch to a trump. Here, I'd be very reticent to play a diamond because it'd just be setting up the King of Diamonds as a winner. And a club helps Declare create the void. So a trump is the best thing here. Probably play the Jack. Okay, good defense. Coming back a trump. It doesn't give anything away. It doesn't gain much, although it may stop the opponent's trumping clubs. So it might well gain a bit of something. Now what do we do? Which card from the dummy? Glad I can give you this bonus live class. I don't normally teach at 1 o'clock, but thank you for joining us at this different time. Others can join in replay. Yes, we must play a club to create the void. Club comes back. Heart. They can trump in if they want. We over trump. Ruff another club. And just pausing for a second, that's 2 extra tricks we made by trumping in the dummy. I think it's important to understand that. Diamond. They can take their club winner. We can ruff the return and just play out the winning trumps. Job done. Making 2 spades exactly. Yes, it is slightly easier when there's a singleton in dummy. It is harder when there's a doubleton in dummy. You don't create a void when there's 3 cards in dummy. That just wouldn't work. Good. Let's go back to the classroom. I think we're playing 2 more hands on BBA. Yes, we are. All about playing hands today. What have we got here? We've got a 1 spade opener on the rule of 20. Yeah. 11 points in a 6 and a 3 shape. Rule of 20 passed. And what for North? 13 points. What's the best bid there? Well, what answers are we saying? We can see 2 spades there. I can see 2 clubs. Two clubs seems to be the favourite amongst our more experienced players. 4 spades has been offered. Good. Well, the answer I like least is 2 spades. Can have 3 cards to support. We've agreed that. But it's only ever 6 to 9 points and partner would pass. Yeah, so that's the bid I like least, 2 spades. Followed by 4 spades. That's okay. But partner might only have 4 spades. At least you're going to game with your 13 points. So 4 spades is okay, but not right. Because partner might only have 4 spades. The best bid here is 2 clubs. Good. Just bidding a longest suit at lowest level. And remember, for responder, it's cheapest of 4s. Good. We can't support the spades yet. And 2 spades does only show 6 to 9 points. So a few of you bidding 2 spades there. South clearly rebids 2 spades. And what next for North with their 13 points? Yeah, I'm sure you're all going to bid 4 spades now, which you are. Yeah. South has repeated spades. They must have 6 cards. And you've got the fit and you've got the points. And a normal looking Jack of Diamonds lead, promising the 10. Okay, well, I'm just looking at the dummy, deciding whether to draw trumps or not. Oh, Mary's got a question. When would South bid 3 spades? Good question from Mary. If they had 16 or more points, Mary, at a 6-card suit. So that 2 spade bid is 12 to 15 with 6 cards. Good question, mate. Should we cover with the king or the queen? What do you think? And have you made a plan? I've made mine. Back to normal next week, by the way. I'm back to Harrogate on Friday afternoon. Yes, of course we should cover. Let's say they return a diamond, partner's suit. win with the queen. What do we do next from the dummy? Yeah, it's optional eater. I tend to play the highest card to remember. Slightly easier for me to remember that it's gone. What card next from the dummy? Having won the Queen of Diamonds. Well, remember the technique. Look for a suit that is longer in declarer's hand than dummy. So well done. And it's a bit of a smoke screen for some declarers, this. They don't really see it. It takes them quite a long time sometimes to get the gist of it. But yes, let's play the Jack of Hearts. Covered by the Queen. What do you think they play next, having won the Queen of Hearts? What does East play next? Well, seeing that declarer is trying to create a void in dummy, defenders can counteract this by switching to a trump. Well done. And I'm sure you're all going to play another heart. And again, West plays a trump here. That's good play. 2 for 1, drawing 2 of declarer's trumps for 1 of theirs. But there we go. And just marvel at that for a second. That is going to be our 10th trick, right? Yeah. So we've trumped in dummy. Now we can draw the trumps. Only 1 round left. Club to the king. And I think you'll all agree with winning trumps left. I'm going to claim that one to save time. I don't think you should claim, by the way, playing online or face-to-face. I don't like the idea of it, but here we've got winning trumps. 620, actually, because we're vulnerable. Yes, if you had like double vision or were clairvoyant or were perhaps an international player, possibly a national player, what lead would have defeated 4 spades? As opposed to the Jack of Diamonds, which appeared to be the normal lead. But if you could see into the future, you could have your life again. You would have led a trump. Yeah, you would. And then keep leading trumps. And poor old declarer, those trumps disappear off the table. Declarer hasn't got time. Yeah, trump lead is the killer lead there. And then you end up losing 3 hearts and the ace of diamonds. Good. Let's move on to the next hand. Where is it? It's in my bank. There it is, look. So it's a 1 club opener from North, 15 points. Would you overcall 1 spade with the East hand or not? With your 7 points. Good afternoon, Phil, Andrew, Eta, B. Got a good Harrogate representative there. Angela, Eta's in Ireland. Nick is, they're all passing good. So that's a 1 heart from South. Yeah, it's just practice North's rebid, 15 points for a second. What's North's rebid? Just whilst we're doing that, next week we're back to normal schedule for the next few weeks. Oh yes, definitely improvers can come and join the intermediates on Monday morning at 9:30 for week jump overcalls. It's a relatively easy lesson. And then the improver lesson is a review a week today, Wednesday at 9:30. And for the beginners / improvers at 11 o'clock, it's responders first bid. So a lot to get our teeth into next week. One day Trump rebid, 15-16. And over to South. What does South do now with their 10 points? Interesting. Do we have the fit? The two, important questions that I like to ask, the two boxes I tick for you. Do we have the fit? And do we have the points? And the answer is yes. So you must bid 4 hearts here. 2 hearts would be the one I like least. That shows 6 to 8 points, and we can. Partner would pass. 3 hearts is an invitational hand, but with game points you can bid straight to 4 hearts. And knowing that partner's got at least 2, well done if you did that. But 2 hearts is the bid I like least. You'd only do that with 6 to 8 points. And what opening lead would you make with the West hand to 4 hearts? Yes, not everyone leading the singleton, but it's fine to lead a singleton. It's fine to lead a singleton, even if dummies bid the suit. Yeah, the opposition have bid the suit. So singleton's really up there with the best leads. Right. Well, looking at the dummy, try not to look at the east-west cards. Would you finesse with the queen, in all honesty, or would you play the ace of clubs here? Well, you've got to think to yourself, never play too quickly at trick 1. I was talking about that earlier with the class here in Jersey. But why have they led the opposition suit? And really, people shouldn't be leading from kings anyway. So definitely plonk the ace on that. Well done. Good start. Otherwise, you'd be getting club roughs in. Now, which card precisely do we play from north at trick 2? Well, we can create a void in diamonds, can't we? Yeah, with the king 9-5. So well done. Higher card from short holding. Definitely the improvers are pretty good at this now. Beginners / improvers, they're getting better. The higher card from the shorter holding, or think top of a doubleton, nearly always. Interesting. And please don't look at the east-west cards. Be honest with me, because I know you're an honest group. Which trump would you play now? Fred. Hi, Caroline. Hi, Sue. Fred's in Hammersmith. Yes, don't send a boy to do the man's job. It's a bridge expression. Well done. And did you notice that the Jack of Diamonds was played by East last time? Well done if you did. So we need to rough high. Good. Key move there. Roughing high. Well done. Now what do we do? Which card should we play from dummy? But roughing with the Jack of Hearts was a good move. It's a useless card to you, the Jack of Hearts. You might as well use it for roughing. You don't always rough high. It depends on what's going on. So we now need to draw trumps. Yes, no reason not to. Remember, we don't create a void in our own hand. Declare us hand. They won't give us extra tricks. No. Let's draw some trumps. Rule of one, leave the trumps out there. So all we can do really is play a spade to the ace. We can try a spade. We're going to lose inevitably. A club and the Queen of Hearts. But we're going to make the last two, aren't we? So we are going to make 10 tricks. There we go. Crucially, that 10th trick came from roughing a diamond in dummy. Yeah, if you didn't rough the diamond and you had to sting in the tail, was you had to rough high with the Jack of Hearts. You can actually, yes, that one, this hand and the previous one, you can play yourselves out in replay from the LearnBridge Online website, where you access the replay and the notes and everything. So hopefully you can have a go at those later on. Yeah, there's 2 playable hands, as most of you know. Good, but you can certainly practice trumping in dummy. Okay, let's go back to the classroom. Yes, someone was asking, I think Phil was asking earlier, why create a void in dummy and not declare a hand? Well, this will tell you why. Some players try and create a void in their own hand. This is a mistake. They'll just shorten declarer's own long trumps and will not create extra tricks. You're going to make them anyway, the long trumps. It's dummy's trumps you need to utilize to create extra tricks before you draw them. You'll make your you will make the long trumps in your own hand anyway. Okay, so here's 4 spades, Jack of diamonds led. We win with the ace of diamonds. What next at trick 2? It's rather cloudy here in Jersey, but warm enough. It's not raining. We might see some sunshine tomorrow with any luck. What do we do at trick 2, having won the diamond? Morning, Tony. Morning, Janice. They're both drawing trumps. Mary D. Pretty much everyone. No one's falling into my trap. Oh, dear. Well, I have told you a few times, Holly Pines is drawing trumps. Valerie is. Ita in Ireland. Yeah, should we look at the answer? Yes, do not play the ace of hearts and start roughing hearts. Good, well done. Might take some of you a little while to get used to that, by the way. I used to have a bridge partner years ago in London, whose name shall remain nameless, who forever was, creating voids in his own hand. But eventually he saw the light and became a very good player. Let's play hand 4 now on BBO. And 1 heart opening. Yes, and what do you bid with the north hand? With your 7, 11, 12 points. Well, I often say, don't I, respond a bit, it's their longest suit at this lowest level. I don't like the idea of two no trumps. It just takes the bidding too high. I mean, it does show 10 to 12 points, but better to offer a suit. Keeps the bidding low. And what next for North? I think so. I mean, you could bid 3 hearts invitation, but partner's got 6 hearts. You've got the ace king of hearts. You've got the ace of clubs. It's definitely a 4 heart bid there. Yeah, nice trumps. Good. So 4 hearts it is. And what opening lead would we make? Interesting, isn't it? Well, we mustn't lead a diamond away from an ace. Never lead from an ace in a trump contract. Not sure that my beginner/improvers have done that one. I'd be in 2 minds between a trump and the jack of clubs. Only problem is they have bid clubs, haven't they? Yeah, so I think I would go for a trump here. Yeah, fairly close, but they have bid clubs. Low one will do. Right. Okay. 8 of clubs is a signal. Good. So we win the first trick cheaply. What do we do next? We're in our own hand, aren't we, as declarer? Is this a hand to draw trumps or not? I think I've made this fairly clear this morning that we don't trump in our own hand. That would be a big mistake here to play clubs. It won't give us extra tricks. We're going to make all those 5 hearts anyway. So, yeah, draw trumps. Well done. Counting them as they go. Let's come back to hand with a spade. Draw the last trump. Now what? Drawn the trumps, which is good. Well, king of spades can wait. It's time to establish the diamonds. Another diamond. They'd continue with their queen of spades. And switch to a club. But we can win with the ace. Oops. Jack of diamonds is a winner. just before we go on, Caroline says, for the balance trumps is say 4-1. Do you go to plan B? Normally, Caroline, yes, but here we could draw them all out because they're little ones. But if they're awkward, if they're not, if they're winning trumps, yeah, generally, once you draw 2 rounds of trumps and you see the 4-1 split, you move on to something else. Yeah, good question from Caroline. Because basically, otherwise, you'd be drawing 2 of your trumps for 1 of theirs. But here, you see, it was different because there were little trumps. We could afford to draw them all out. And hit 2 trump winners now. Where are we? Good. And we make 420. The trap, of course, on that hand, some players definitely would. They'd start roughing clubs in their own hand. They'd actually end up going down. They'd run out of trumps. So very well done. I was pleased with you there. Hopefully in replay, you did the same thing. Drew trumps and then flushed out the ace, king of diamonds. Using the method of force here to flush out. Because you had the queen, 10, 9 of diamonds and the jack and the 8. You could flush out the ace, king and make a 3rd diamond winner. But definitely the trap there was to muck around with the clubs. And you didn't do that. So that is good. Let's go back and have another hand. Right, here we go. Yes, what would you open, if anything, on the south hand? 7 spades. Yeah, classic 3 spade, don't need to alert it. Anything from west with their 15 points? Yes, classic double, isn't it? Take out double. By west, short in spades, partner please bid. They work exactly the same way over a 2-level opener or 3-level openers they would do a 1-level opener. And north, do you raise to 4 spades or pass? Yeah, we bid to 4 spades, level of the fit. Yeah, we got 10 spades between you. Phil's going for it. Rather like you go for that baseline return, Phil. Well done indeed. And ace of diamonds led. Jack's favourite lead, ace from ace king. Beatles with us this morning as well. Right, well, thank you, partner, for the dummy. Okay, so would you continue with the king of diamonds or would you do something else? What do you think we do at trick 2? I think we should switch, yes, rather than create the void in dummy for declarer. But it's very dangerous to play the ace of hearts, I would say here. It's not going to run away. I think it's safer to play the queen of clubs. Top of the run. Little doubleton from 3rd player. And which card from north now? Dummy. What does dummy do? Well, we're definitely getting into the swing of this creating the void in dummy, which is what this lesson's all about. So, diamond to the 10. West would like to play trumps now, but they can't because they haven't got any. We can come back to hand with a trump. And play the losing diamond. Which one should we trump with, though, do you think? The king or the 8? Yeah, the king, just in case. So we can afford to trump high here. I mean, it's possible he may have run out of diamonds. So we can now draw the last 2 trumps. And what should we do next? By the way, we're going to make our contract. What do you think we should do next, though? Our strategy. Could be a chance of an overtrick, maybe. That's why it's always good to play out the cards. I always do. Sometimes the opposition throw the wrong one. Yeah, let's run the trumps, Maggie. Good thinking. See what comes up. So West is under a little bit of pressure now. They're dying to remember what went on earlier, but they know that, they know that Declarer can't have any more diamonds left, so they can jettison the king. But on this last trump, what do you think West is going to discard? Good idea, though, sometimes, playing off all the trumps, hoping they'll throw the wrong thing. You know, it's difficult for West. Did Declarer start with a singleton heart or a void heart? Very hard, Debbie D. It would put me under a lot of pressure. I'm just thinking of any clues. But we'll assume West is very clever, Maggie. Yes, they are a robot. I think it's a bit of a guess. You know, where is that 9 of clubs? Well, yeah, I think it's 50-50. I think a lot of I think at the table, a lot of West would throw the 10 of clubs. I honestly think they would. And we're going to make our 9. So that's what's going to happen. So well done. We made 11 tricks. But actually, was there a clue, though, for West? West actually misdefended here. I'll have to dock their wages, the robots, because the clue was, and this is very hard for more experienced players than the member of the class. Andrew thinks we need a card counter. Now, I'll tell you why it was. For the more experienced members, East signalled a doubleton 4, then 3. Okay? So that was really hard. But East on the clubs played the 4, followed by the 3, which is a doubleton, means they only started with 2 cards. So Declarer must have had a club left, the 9, and therefore was void in hearts. So our robot, Madeleine's got flu. Yes, you're not going to be thinking that through probably with flu, Madeleine. And my friend's got flu as well, actually, too. A little bit of going around. I recommend a flu jab. Right. It's still 10-2. We've still got a bit of time left. Let's see what's going on with the set hands. Ooh, there's one left here. Look for us. Good. One hand left in the bank. Will take us up to 2 o'clock nicely. It's a 1 spade opening on the rule of 20. And what would you do with the north hand, if anything? What do we got? 12 points? Is there a bid for north or not? We'll have to thank Franny for staying up, because Franny's doing extra work tonight. It's 11 o'clock for Franny. Might be later. We'll have to ask. But we're obviously 2 hours later with our bonus class time of 1 o'clock today. Yes, takeout double. SOS, well done. Would you bid 2 spades with the East hand or not? Only 4 points. Or would you pass? What do you think? Well, I'll tell you something. You can be a bit weaker after a double there. So you can be weaker. So I would bid 2 spades there. And you got a void in hearts, you know. For those who've done the losing trick count, it is actually an 8 loser hand. Yeah, defo 2 spades for the more experienced player. Perhaps the less experienced one would pass there, but it does make life harder for North-South to find a fit. And back to South, 13 points. What's their best bid, do you think? Well, they know that partner's got 12 points, and they know that partner must have at least 3 hearts. What would you bid if you're watching in replay? Let's put that one to you. Hope you're enjoying this lesson. Live lesson from Jersey. Yes, 4 hearts, well done. Because you've got the points and you've got the fit. Tick the 2 boxes. And what's the best lead here? Ace of spades or singleton diamond? Let's run that one by you. Yeah, so the week today, we are having a review. We haven't had one of those for a while. For the improvers at 9:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, we've got responders' first bid coming along. And for those improvers who'd like to learn about week jump over calls, come along on Monday morning at 9:30. So lots to get into. Yes, you should still play Jack's favourite lead. Ace from Ace King is better than singleton. Right. I'm just wondering whether I'm going to draw trumps or not. We'll come on to that. Followed by the king. And they switch their singleton diamond. Good. What do we do next? Which card should we play next? Now, Jack's favourite lead, Caroline, thank you. Well, it's definitely a hand to draw trumps. There is a void in dummy, but we've got a void in our own hand too, so we can't rough in dummy. So let's get on with the trumps. Yeah, I don't mind playing the king of spades there, Andrew. You know, the declarer's got 4 trumps. They're going to make extra tricks anyway from trumping on the dummy. And should we finesse here? Try not to look at the east-west cards? Or is it better to play the ace? What are the better odds, do you think? Yeah, so queen or jack. I tend to play the higher one. Very good. Well, you're playing with the odds there, finessing. Now, which we need to get back to. Yeah, now which card do we play? Trump, diamond, or club? Which is best? Clearly not a trump, because we need to get back to our own hand to repeat the finesse. Well. A number of you suggesting a diamond. But that's dangerous because they did switch to a diamond, didn't they? Look what happens if you play a diamond back. This would be the wrong thing to do. If we come back to hand with a diamond, roughs it, and we're 1 down. Let's go back in time. So it's much, much safer here, everyone. With only 5 cards in clubs, Yeah, to come back to hand with a club. It's very unlikely they're going to rough a club, but it was likely, not likely, but on the cards that there could be a diamond rough, especially when they switch to a diamond. So now we can win with the ace of clubs. Take another winning heart finesse look. Cash the ace of hearts. What are we doing? Winning diamonds. Spade can go. And just give up a club at the end. There we go. Making, exactly. There we are. So it should be 620. We're vulnerable, but well done. Quite a tricky hand, that one. Basically had to negotiate 2 heart finesses. And then the sting in the tail was coming back to hand with a club and not a diamond. Otherwise, the diamond would be roughed. I think it makes sense. We've only got 5 cards in clubs. We started with 7 in diamonds. So it's just safer to come back with a club there rather than a diamond. Some of you fell into the trap. Let's just go back to the classroom because I think we've got 3 important things to remember. Firstly, delay drawing trumps when you can create the void in dummy. We definitely know that. We did pretty well today on that, I think. Finally, don't worry in bridge about losing a trick or 2 early. Quite often you would in no trumps. Same thing as in a trump contract. If you can create that void, you might have to lose a trick or 2 early. And finally, I think we've got the message with this. Do not trump in declarer's own hand. This does not create extra tricks. Trump in the shorthand, which is dummy. So that is that, Ita. Thank you. I will enjoy Jersey. It's the end of the show.
Right. Well, that was a very, very good lesson. Lots of things to remember, Jack.
Thank you, Franny. Yes, and I really enjoyed delivering it. Having a combined class. It's only 1 hour out of my day. How about you, Franny? Is it 11 o'clock at night with you?
Yes, that's why you can see dogs and cats sleeping. So, Jack, next week, did you say Monday 9:30 will be your class? It will be the week jump overcall.
Yes. So for the intermediates, Monday 9:30 week jump overcall, which actually many of the improvers can come to that one. It's not too difficult. And then we're back this time next week. Sorry, not this time next week. 9:30 on Wednesday, the 22nd. We've got the review for the improvers.
Okay.
And the beginners are doing responders first bid at 11. So we're back to normal next week.
Review and the beginners are doing responders first bid.
I'm just going to show you the view, Franny, and the others. There we go.
Oh, look at that. That looks very serene.
Can you see out of the window?
It's gorgeous.
It is lovely. It's a great position here. The only thing is you can probably see the window. It's just started to rain.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we've got a really lovely viewpoint here in the hotel.
It's quite a famous location, Jersey, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. The Germans tried to invade it during the war.
Yeah.
I think they did invade it. As you know, my history is not brilliant. Madeline's got a question. Madeline, beginners at 11 next week. Yeah, normal time, Madeline, for beginners.
But Madeline can join in anyone she wants to, can't she?
Oh, yes.
She has the time. She'd be welcome, I'm sure.
We always welcome people. Yes, here we go. So this is the view out of the other window. Going down
looks lovely.
Going down the beachfront, yes.
We
love Jersey. We come here once a year.
Did you say the food was quite delicious? I heard the words lamb rump and Baby potatoes, was it? I was a bit jealous. Oh well.
Yeah, well done. Yes, no, it was lamb rump for me, with dauphinoise potatoes and
Oh,
some
definitely.
delicious kind of caramelized carrots, I think.
Oh, yummo. All right. Okay, back to reality. Okay,
Yeah,
so
someone has
that
to do this job. And
yes,
then
it's very
today,
hard. I can see that.
I'm being quite adventurous tonight, Franny. I'm not normally that adventurous, but tonight I'm having the wild boar chop.
Oh, I don't know if I'd go for that. Wild boar.
Yeah,
What would that? Well, that'll be like a roast
it'd be like
or something, won't it?
yeah, it'd be like a pork chop, really. I think.
Okay. I'm
But
sure
yes,
the chef is A1 though, so.
but there's plenty of fish here. So I think there's sea bass on offer. We had the prawns last night. I could go on actually,
Oh,
but
it doesn't sound like work actually. It sounds like a holiday. But
well,
never
yes.
mind.
But if put the word working in front of holiday.
Oh, working holiday. Yes, yes. Hyphen. Okay.
Very hard work,
Definitely.
eating all that
Mm,
food and
mm.
drinking some red wine. Look, they've given me a complimentary bottle as well
Oh, French.
as the organizer. Yes, so that was kind of them.
They would have French wines there, though, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're not far from France. Beetle saying, Beetle hasn't had her lunch. Sorry, Beetle. I'm just about to go and
Oh,
order a
Rachel,
ribeye
that's
steak
not good.
sandwich.
All right. Well, you've got a full session next week when you're back on deck.
Yes,
No.
I'm back on Friday late afternoon, Franny.
Oh, fantastic.
So
All right.
looking.
Well, enjoy whatever's left of your sessions, and we'll all catch up again at all of those 3 sessions or 1 or 2 of them. Okay, so I'll hit the goodbye button, will I?
Please, Franny, and thank you for staying up late
Oh,
for
it's
this.
a pleasure.
Appreciate that.
It's lovely to
Yeah.
see everyone. Okay.
I'm looking forward to doing our video together, by the way.
Oh, I don't know about that. That's Bashir's idea.
No, you'll be fine.
Bashir is very hard to say no to.
Yeah, no, you'll enjoy. We did one with Jack's mum, and she was a bit nervous about it, but actually it all worked out fine. And her videos had, I think, about 7,000 views now.
Yeah, but Jack's the mother of the guru. I'm just anyway.
Randy, you're a very important part of our operation.
Sure.
So
you're sounding like
forward to
we're
making a
now.
video with you.
Okay. All right. We'll say bye to everybody. See you later.